And you can see how it's being used on the very first lap of the race when everybody's trying to be a little careful. You can imagine at this late in the race how much more aggressive they're going to be, and you're going to be all over this racetrack.
If they move that inside wall, Diff, they'd be lower.
Well, I'm just thinking back to yesterday. Jeff spoils Steve and myself each and every week with some laps in the pace car, the Toyota pace car, and that inside, on that apron, you feel the car move around, and it's almost like some camber, going back into the racetrack. So very, very much different, even just between two car widths.
Well, now my eyes are really focused on the control car of Ryan Blaney. He was the best car at the end of the run, but let's remind everybody, 2nd to 7th on the original start. Now he has control of the race. He's chosen the outside. I love everything I see so far. We'll see, though, if they've been able to kind of cure some of those short-run issues. Remember, this is going to be, I think, just a one-lap sprint. Is that right? One-lap sprint to the end of the stage.
Yeah, historically, it's hard to keep up on the bottom line in the restart zone. There's more grip on the outside lane, on the straight in the restart zone. If Josh Berry can enter turn 1 alongside Blaney, he has a chance to get this pass done, but it all starts in the restart zone.
Clear track ahead. Pace car leaves the racing surface. Let's go. 1 lap to go. Brought to you by Credit One Bank to finish off stage 1. Ryan Blaney leads the field of green. Here comes Reddick on the inside of Van Gisbergen. The 21 and the 77. Hocevar looks at Josh Berry and gets that inside run. Exactly what Steve and Jeff just told you about with that animation. But Berry hangs tough. Byron up on the high side.
And now Byron, I think, is in the preferred position right here. He can pinch the 21 down, get good corner exit speed, and get the pass.
There's racing to the line, but the guy who'll get there first is Ryan Blaney.
Short run speed fixed for the 12. He shot off the front of the field like a rocket on that restart.
That worked nicely, didn't it? 8th stage win of the year. It's his 2nd here. He started 2nd and wins the opening stage. He felt he had a good chance to do it today. Well, so far, so good for Blaney.
Still dealing with
25 times, including the 88 Daytona 500. Neil Bonnet won it at 3 times while driving for Junior Johnson. How about Ryan Newman and that 2008 Daytona 500 win?
Dinner time is going to be easy to...
Park Automotive restart zone to get stage 2 going. Just 2 leaders in the opening stage, and they happen to be teammates who started on the front row, Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney. It's going to be Ryan Blaney who leads the field. Back to green, stage 2, it's on. And William Byron on the inside in that 24. The black and yellow car has just been creeping his way forward. His teammate in Kyle Larson's not too far behind either. And the youngster, Carson Hocevar, is right in the mix in that 77.
See William Byron in that 24 car. He needs to make this bottom work, because if he doesn't, the 21 is going to fill the gap behind the 22, and it could possibly take the spot from Williams.
I was actually pretty impressed with the acceleration of the 24 out of the restart zone. Remember, those are 1-lap stuffed tires, and the bottom is so hard to restart sometimes. As you see Brad Keselowski with that blue and white 6 running the apron that you talked about, Jeff, the flat portion of the racetrack, trying to make something happen.
Let's try and decipher something from a distance, right? We don't know what kind of setup Stephen Doran, the crew chief for Shane Van Gisbergen, has come up with, or what Shane's experiencing, but now that the playoff pressure is off him, could that be contributing to this pretty amazing drive in the top 10 for the entire race thus far?
Well, it could, but I will tell you that Ross Chastain made some comments this week about needing some help. He's in the playoffs from his teammates from Chevrolet, and I think that's a fair assessment if you're Ross Chastain, and this is what he needs SVG to do. There's no doubt the 88 helps him with the road courses, but now this is a solid run. You can look at the air pressures of this 88. You can take his feedback. Look at his car balance. He's currently the lead Trackhouse car running in the 5th position. I thought he was going to slide from the 21. Yeah. Did a nice job.
And around goes Berry. There was contact with Van Gisbergen. Caution is out.
It's been that kind of racing lately for Josh Berry. They've had good speed, but it hasn't mattered. Tons of issues. Watch this right here. Very tough pass SVG is trying to make on the bottom. Josh Berry wants to pinch him to not give him the lane that he wants.
know it looks like the 88 is running what you think the lane is, but really the lane is a diamond. You kind of come back to the bottom.
88 and the 45.
I think the 88, I put that on SVG. Let's take a look from here. Jeff, you've done it. What's your opinion?
Racing happens. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, look, it's easy. It's easy to watch in slow motion and say, well, this guy came down a foot and that guy went up a foot. But the fact of the matter is, they're racing for track position on a very difficult racetrack to pass. And the two of them come together. If you're a Josh Berry fan, you say, hey, the 88 spun him out. If you're an SVG fan, you say the 21 came down on him. It's just racing. Something we've seen for as long as NASCAR racing has happened. We've seen this.
Here's Hamlin's view.